RVD, you're so right about Vince Russo. It just rubbed me the wrong way. The
Yeah,
guy
bro.
in the middle, and one of the boys was kind of sticking up for it, and then the other guy was just agreeing with Vince Russo.
Dude, did you know you can subscribe to onlywrestlers.com and keep in touch with your favorite wrestlers? The party never has to end.
One of a Kind with Rob Van Dam is recorded in front of a live studio audience.
Speaking of the dirt sheets, there was something that was posted. I just saw it today. It was posted like a day after Sabu died or something. It was, what's the guy's name? Not, damn it. He was a big shot in WCW or WWF. Behind the scenes, never wrestled.
Was in
Damn it, I can't- Anyway, he pissed me off because he was talking about Sabu's last match, about his feet bleeding, about the kratom, about this, about
Oh, is
that.
it Dutch Mantel? Dutch Mantel, were you thinking?
No, not Dutch. I
No,
know
Dutch wouldn't do that.
Okay.
No, I love Dutch Mantel. I worked with him in Florida. I was
I
his
love
assistant. A little guy. Damn it, big name.
Wonder who it was. I'm trying to think. In
Yeah,
WWE,
He was in the office, like in a
well, not Russo, right?
Vince Russo,
Was it Vince Russo?
a little guy.
Kind of a little guy from New York. Has that bro?
He wasn't a little guy.
Okay, he wasn't a little guy.
Like 6 foot.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, I don't know who the fuck it was, but when I see him, I'm gonna tell him I didn't like that. I didn't like what they were talking. Just they were hearing things that people were posting, and none of it was true. We fed them drugs. We had to do this to create them. It was stupid.
Yeah, and all that stuff got like blown out of proportion of what it was, and
yes,
it's just ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
Russo, was it Russo?
I don't know. No, I don't think it was Russo. I'm trying to. Okay. I don't know. I don't want to throw names out there and be wrong. Like,
right.
Good job.
Thanks.
No reason to throw shit in the fucking fan.
Nope.
No. Well, they were doing. That's why I'm bringing it up. There was so much false information going. Fuck.
Well,
that's the business, dude.
Yeah,
we have the greatest fucking our internet capacity to talk to anybody on the planet, to create any group that you want, but people just want to use it for bad for some reason.
Absolutely, it's just like they want to throw out negativity because they're maybe unhappy with their lives, and it's just
fucking.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. All right, we got another run in here. It is RVD. Rob.
Another
RVD daddy.
He's gonna kick my head off right here like usual.
How's it going, man?
Coming in hot. Good, man. I just tuned in. And Fonzie, I think you were talking about Vince Russo. I heard Vince Russo talking.
Yes, that's exactly who it was. And I
so
was
pissed Vince. It was
about
Russo.
how it was fucking. I didn't like it at all.
Out of his ass. It's when these guys talk about Kratom, it's almost like they should first say, this is something I know nothing about. But instead, they come across like they know something. And then afterwards, then you find out, of course, what they said is stupid, but then afterwards, like Dutch Mantel, he's like, James, like, okay, you're going to talk about Kratom in a minute. He's like, Kratom, it's a horrible, horrible drug. And it's worse than heroin, way worse than heroin. And then he's like, of course, I don't know how you take it. Is it an anal depository? I don't really know. So at least you know. And then Vince Russo did the same thing. He comes up like an expert, and he's talking about, it's the FDA, bro, won't even approve it, bro. What the hell, bro? They won't even approve it, bro. If the FDA, bro, then what, bro? I mean, think of how bad, bro, that's got to be, bro. And it's like they would love to have control over and enter into the controlled substance list. And they've been trying to do that for a long time. But then afterwards, after that expert talks about it out of his ass, then he says, how do you say it? I don't know. It's Kratom. Kratom? What?
I saw that. Yeah.
Crayola.
But they don't
I can spell it, but I can't say it, bro.
Freaking Mustafa was smoking that shit back in the day. It's like
pencil shavings.
Basically, pencils.
Yeah, with
Dude, pencil shavings. He used to call. I've seen him roll a joint with pencil shavings.
We didn't know about Kratom way back then, though. They knew about it like in China and shit like that.
And RVD, you're so right about Vince Russo. It just rubbed me the wrong way. The guy in the middle, and one of the boys was kind of sticking up for it, and then the other guy was just agreeing with Vince Russo.
Yeah, EC3, like he's talking like as a user, saying that he's actually used it, and a lot of his friends have been able to get off of other drugs like heroin. He's got friends that were on heroin that were able to get off of it because then they would take Kratom. But then he has to give in and do a little. But then I mean, who's to say what's worse between the opiates and the Kratom? Then I don't know.
Or between the carpet that your fucking floor is made out of. Why don't you just smoke that? I mean, dude, seriously, what's the difference?
Between what?
Between fucking Kratom, I call it Kratom.
A lot of people call it Kratom. That's acceptable. Is
it really defined as something? You know what I mean? Like does Kratom mean actually it's like a word like Nike's like used or
no. Let me tell you. First off, you don't smoke it. Kratom is it's a leaf and it's a tree that's in the coffee plant family. They've been using it for thousands of years in the East, making tea and shit like that with it. Doesn't taste really great, but they dry the leaf up, crumble it up into a powder, and then you can either take the powder, they put it in capsules, gummies, all kinds of shit now. And then it attaches to your opiate receptors in your my MU receptors, Dom.
Yeah.
But it attaches to your opiate sensors in your brain, and it helps alleviate pain. It's great. I recommend it for all the time for people that want a relief from pain, especially like they're asking what's the best weed for pain relief. I say, well, I can tell you the best weed, but Kratom, is way better for pain, for sleep. It's great for sleep and also anxieties. And so there's a red, a white, and a green. And they say, you take the red to help you sleep. The white is supposed to wake you up. The green's supposed to be in the middle. Personally, I don't notice a difference. I've taken a long time. I think that they're all the same. And I've been told by two different manufacturers that it's all like the same leaf anyway, just different parts of the leaf that are different colors and that it's pretty much a work. But yeah, no, Kratom is specific. It's something called mitrogenia. And mitrogena also, and that by definition, that's what Kratom is.
Dude, I had no idea, but now that you tell me that it comes like for the origin of it, it makes sense. I honestly thought it was just like literally potpourri that people were smoking.
Right, like a brand, like a generic name or something.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah.
No, it's a legitimate wonder deal. It's not a wonder drug, but it's a legitimate thing that helps people. They've been using it like they said for thousands of years.
Yeah, and it's good. I personally, I never get high off of it. I forget when I'm talking about it, recommending it to people. Sometimes I forget to tell them that people do get high off of it. But I've gotten high off of it 2 times ever, and that's over the last 5 years or so I've been taking it. First time was on accident because I took way, way, way too much because Sabu told me to take 3 ounces instead of 3 grams.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
That was my first time.
About mushrooms too. You can imagine how my next week went.
Yeah. Yeah. And one other time I just took I kept taking it because I wanted to find that threshold. Because I heard Joe Rogan saying, I get it now. I get why people are talking about it. you're getting high. I get it now. And I'm like, oh, that's right. I forget about that people get high on it or claim to. So one time I took so much, and then finally I was like, okay, I get it. I guess I could say, that. I mean, I feel really good, and I guess I could say I'm kind of high. That's it. Besides that, it just makes my pain go away.
Is it RVD? Is it possible if you take tremendous amounts to OD and die? Is it possible, or that's
There's
unlikely?
claims. Definitely, you can take too much. If it can it cause fatality? Well, there are claims of it. I had a guy when I was advocating for it or recommending it, like I do now. I had a guy write in and say, Rob, my son died of an overdose. And right away, like it's hard to not be biased and jump on the side of feds and say, well, wait a minute, what else was in his system? And, I need to know all the facts, because you always want to point a finger and blame something. And that's why everyone jumped on this over Sabu, because they found out that he took this mystery drug that they don't know nothing about 3 weeks before he died. So they want to say, how dare GCW and Joey Janela? They killed him with that unknown drug, and it's stupid. But yeah, you can definitely take too much, and you can get addicted to it too. Like if you're addicted, I've heard people say that they got addicted to it. And I have gotten, when I first took it, I remember, and I was testing and stuff, I remember when I would take it for several days in a row and then stop, I would get restless, where I'm in bed and I just keep wanting to stretch my muscles. I can't get comfortable and stuff. That's really like the worst withdrawals that I've ever gotten off anything, is just that restless feeling. So I'm not one to get addicted myself.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, a lot of misconceptions being thrown out there at the same time. And it's just like, people talking about it without having the knowledge about it at all.
Wait a minute. So is this stuff legal everywhere?
There are a few places where it's not legal. Maybe Nashville. There's like a few local jurisdictions where and like when I went to Japan, I had to look it up, and it was when I went for NOAA, it was just a few years ago, but it was illegal to bring into there, and I was like,
put it in the tea, Rob. Could you make like a tea out of it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and there's places that are like bars that are Kratom bars, and that's what they do. They give you teas and stuff. Yeah.
I just want to. I like the name of that. I want to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had somebody talk to me actually about putting my name on one a long time ago, and
make sure you get your money out of it, Rob.
Yeah, that's not usually how my business ventures go.
Just saying.
Yeah, but I do recommend it, and you get it at head shops, places that sell pipes and CBD will usually sell Kratom, not pot stores or not Walmart. But you can also get it online.